Hey, what's up guys? Jeremy coming to you live for another video game collecting pickup video. Alright, so this week we have something special and I'm going to tie a little bit of history into this because this pickup isn't actually for me, it's for someone else. Alright, and that's my nephew Josh in Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Now the reason I showed you this G.I. Joe mural here on the wall is the fact that when I was probably 7 years old, his father, his name is Ben, and his brother Joe, who are both my cousins, came over one day and they actually traced this and they painted it in. Alright, now for G.I. Joe people, they know that this is Grunt and this is the Dragonfly and stuff, and from there they did the Dragonfly in brown to contrast Grunt, but it's funny how ironically years later this was re-released in the brown. With that being said, what can I say about my two cousins? They've always been there for me, right? And just to give you proof of that, here's a picture of me with them right there. That's me. That's my cousin Ben, that's my cousin Joe, and that's my aunt. All right. So they were there for me from the start. They've always taken me out. They've always done stuff for me. And at Christmas, they always got me cool presents. I remember in the early 80s, I came back from church. I think we used to go to midnight church on Christmas Eve, and then time to open the gifts. And I remember ripping open every single Star Wars figure for that year. I must have had like, I don't even know. Like I remember getting all the main characters, a bunch of the vehicles. It was just amazing, and I don't know why I remember things like that. But years later, every single gift from my cousin Ben, whose nickname is Ging, getting me a Boston Celtics basketball, and it's funny because a Detroit fan, but anyways, it was just a thought that counts. Sorry Ben, just a little joke there for you. And then my other cousin Joe. He was the one that was always hooking me up with the Nintendo games. I can remember every single game at Christmas, Blades of Steel, Jackal, etc. He just got them all for me at Christmas, and it was, I haven't forgotten. So since that time with both their kids, I've tried to get them cool stuff. And what do you call it? With Ben there, who lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan now. It's funny how the two kids, they're both into video games, but somewhere along the line, they got into the video games that we were into when we grew up. And it's I still haven't got my brain around how did they go from playing like things like probably Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Wii in our time to Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Anyways, that's cool. And they know everything that's going on. But the past two Christmases, nephew Josh was like, "Oh, Uncle Jeremy, if you ever find this one game for me, can you just get it for me?" and stuff. So I had to look hard, okay? It took some time to find this. I had my eyes out there. I was like looking for it hard. It's not the rarest game to find on Super Nintendo, but it's definitely one of the most popular ones, right? So with that being said, Josh, I got you something that you'll love, buddy. All right, and let's just take a look. What's this I see? Earthbound, baby, for the Super Nintendo. Look at that, in a nice collector's case. And here it is, Josh. What you've been waiting for. Earthbound. It's minty fresh. The label is clean. It's perfect. This is a fantastic game that I know you've been looking for so long. And I'm happy that I could find it for you. But with that said, again, it's without my cousins here who've, always been there for me and always given me some great stuff. And just, the way of turning around and saying thanks and stuff. And the funny thing about these two guys right here, their last name, believe it or not, is Doctor, and they went on to become doctors. So this one here is actually Doctor when they page him on at the hospital. There's my nephew Josh, and there's my godson Jacob. But Josh is going to be hooked up with the game pretty soon, and hopefully he shares it with Jacob and they play. Now, just so you know, this is an older picture, so they're much older than this. But anyways, they're like Josh just wrote his SATs. He's going to probably be going to I'm going to guess the Ohio State University. Anyways, that's okay, Josh. That's totally cool. You did great on your SATs, and we got something cool coming for you here. All right. So that being said, I just want to say thanks for everyone for watching, and for my two cousins. If you see this, thanks for all the memories you've given me, and obviously all the cool stuff. And the other relatives, there's something coming to you and stuff. And Julie, what's coming. Legend of Zelda Gold Edition Majora's Mask hologram cover. And last but not least, I just want to thank the owner of Game Cycle, Alan Henry. Thanks for helping me out with this and looking putting it aside. Like honestly, my nephew in Grand Rapids is gonna love it, and just thanks to everyone at Game Cycle and the staff there who've always been great to me. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in for another edition of Video Game Collecting Pickups.